Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, y'all, it's a hard knock life out here. Another reality star has been arrested. I just do not know what people have on their minds. But one thing that I can say for certain, Billie Holiday, the late great Billie Holiday, had a song called God Bless the Child That's Got Its Own. So in the end, beauty doesn't work, education doesn't work, charisma doesn't work. Nothing works if you don't have your own stuff, especially if you have big dreams for living a big, extravagant life. You need your own money and means of taking care of yourself. Now, we saw this woman right here, Wendy Osefo of the Real Housewives of the Potomac, and her husband, who does not appear on the show, being arrested for faking a robbery in their home for the purpose of shaking down the insurance company for money. So it comes across as people who are living above their means and have to resort to criminality to bankroll a lifestyle that they can't afford. That's what it sounds like. Now we have this woman right here, Mia Thornton, who has been on the Real Housewives of the Potomac, but is no longer on that show, also being arrested at the Atlanta airport for stealing furniture. Now, how embarrassing is that? $11,000 is what she's accused of stealing. $11,000 worth of furniture. $11,000 won't even furnish a room in a house nowadays of any decent furniture. And if you're going to steal something, at least it ought to be something worth something. $11,000 worth of furniture is really not a lot of furniture for you to be embarrassed like that. So let's get into this story.
Mia Thornton was just arrested for stealing furniture. Mia Thornton, known from the Real Housewives of Potomac, she was arrested at the Atlanta airport after her former landlord accused her of leaving her rental in the middle of the night and taking all the furniture with her. According to the landlord, Mia had been renting a condo owned by a woman who lives in China. Around October 28 or 29, Mia suddenly decided she no longer wanted to stay in the unit. She moved out overnight and allegedly took about $11,000 worth of furniture, including a TV worth $650. The owner had no idea this happened. They only discovered it after asking a friend to check the condo because Mia had not paid rent for November. When the friend arrived, the place was empty and the furniture was gone. What makes this more awkward is that Mia was recently making fun of Wendy for getting arrested. Now, only a few weeks later, she is the one facing charges over something even smaller and more embarrassing. She moved from Potomac to Atlanta only to end up in legal trouble over a situation like this. Let me know what you think about this situation.
I think that this is another example of this entitled generation that we see among us who thinks the world owes them a lot of money. That's what I think. But let's see what the news report says. So this article comes from NBC News. Mia Thornton, former Real Housewives of Potomac star, was arrested in Atlanta on November 19th, 2025 on felony theft charges after allegedly stealing more than $11,000 worth of furniture from a rental condo. So she was renting a condo in Atlanta, Georgia, didn't pay November's rent, and decided to dip out in the middle of the night, taking the furniture with her. Now, she hadn't paid her rent and decided she was going to take the furniture with her. So that's two strikes against her, really. Mia Thornton is 40 years old and was taken into custody at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport after police responded to a wanted person alert at the Customs and Border Protection Office. Police alleged she and a man moved out of their rental property in the middle of the night and took furniture and electronics valued at about $11,000. So now she's living with a man and they're leaving the apartment without paying the rent and then taking furniture too. The items involved were a sectional couch, dining furniture, and a television among the stolen goods. Who steals a TV these days? That's what petty thefts, that's what, I mean, you can get a TV at Walmart for $350. They said the TV was worth $650. I doubt that. At a rental property. And stealing a couch. So if it's rental, that means folks been that's the used furniture. So basically she's stealing used furniture. That's what it sounds like to me. She was booked into Fulton County Jail and later granted bond of $2,500. This arrest follows eviction lawsuits filed against her earlier in 2024 and 2025 for unpaid rent in both Atlanta and North Carolina. Body cam footage reportedly shows her acknowledging she knew about the warrant and suggesting the furniture was in a storage unit. You rent a place, you stole the furniture and put it in a storage unit. When put it in a storage unit, she probably did put it in a storage unit because it doesn't sound like she had anywhere to stay. She can't even pay her rent. This is just so sad to me. So this is a combination of entitlement, petty theft, and a person who thinks that she can get away with this. They said the woman lives in China that she's renting the condo from. So I guess she thought that the woman was never going to check up on the apartment. This is something else. I mean, this is a level of, well, I don't even know what to say about this. This is an attractive woman. I'm sure she's had many shots at good men, light skinned, going for pretty. I'm sure she's had, I'm sure she's had some decent men in her life. She's been married. But at 40 years old, not able to pay your rent and stealing used furniture, something went wrong somewhere. Mia Thornton joined the Real Housewives of Potomac in season 6, 2021, and appeared for 4 seasons before announcing her exit in April 2025. She relocated to Atlanta with her children earlier this year, stepping away from Bravo to focus on her private life. She has not made a public statement about her arrest. Well, I don't understand leaving a job to go somewhere to live and then not being able to pay your rent or buy furniture. So this is a cautionary tale and an indictment against this celebrity-centered culture that we live in, where everybody thinks they're supposed to be rich, or everybody wants to be rich, everybody wants to be a baller, everybody wants to live the glamorous life at somebody else's expense. It costs money to be in society, and you can't supplement your lifestyle with somebody else's stuff. That's just the bottom line. And in our culture, we need to get back to teaching people about work. If somebody hasn't left you a lot of money, if somebody hasn't left some generational wealth where you can live the glamorous life and live the life of luxury, then you're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to work, and you're going to have to build your success. It's not given to you, and nobody owes you a lot of money. So you're either going to have to inherit wealth or you're going to have to work for it. That's really the bottom line on this. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about this woman stealing furniture and being arrested, embarrassed in public over something so really trivial, humiliated in public over $11,000 worth of furniture. My goodness. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.